What happens when a seasoned F1 commentator meets a rapper with no patience for small talk? And why did a famous football star look completely confused on the gridwalk? Formula One is full of drama, but it's also got some slip-ups that no one sees coming. From unexpected interviews to hilarious crashes, these moments show the lighter side of F1. Don't miss out on the fun because these are some of the most funny and awkward moments in F1. First up, we've got Martin Brundle trying his best to interview Machine Gun Kelly at the 2023 Brazilian Grand Prix. The cringeworthy interview seemed to be wrapping up when MGK turned the tables, asking Brundle, "What do you think of my business?" Then the rapper challenged Brundle to play an air guitar on live TV. Brundle hesitated, saying he could only play the piano, but MGK wasn't letting him off easy. He proposed they do an air piano duet. MGK played along enthusiastically, while Brundle quickly made his exit to chat with Bernie Eccleston. Yikes. But wait, it gets better. Next at the Monaco Grand Prix, Martin Brundle strikes again, this time with football star Kylian Mbappe. The conversation is all over the place, showing the hilarious disconnect between F1 and football. Mbappe's bemused expressions are priceless. After Brundle confidently asserted he was in charge of the starting grid area, he tried and failed to speak to Mbappe at length, as the PSG forward politely said he was just in Monaco to watch the racing as a fan. You can almost hear him thinking, "What on earth is this guy talking about?" Brundle's attempts to relate F1 to football fall hilariously flat. And speaking of priceless reactions, who could forget Gunther Steiner, the Haas F1 team principal, and his legendary quotes on Drive to Survive? Steiner's unfiltered, blunt reactions and memorable one-liners have provided endless entertainment. His straightforward approach makes him a fan favorite. "We look like a bunch of wankers." Classic Steiner. His candidness and colorful language have given us plenty of laughs. Now let's talk about another classic moment. During another gridwalk, Martin Brundle tries to engage Cara Delevingne in conversation. But what happens? Complete silence. Cara just blanks him, leaving Brundle and the viewers cringing and laughing at the same time. It's like that moment when you wave at someone who doesn't see you. Cringe central. Brundle's face says it all as he moves on, slightly bewildered. And if you thought that was awkward, at the United States Grand Prix, Brundle asked Megan Thee Stallion if she had a rap prepared for her performance. Her bodyguard quickly stepped in, politely but firmly moving Brundle away. The look on Brundle's face says it all. Awkward. It's like being politely escorted out of a party you weren't really invited to. The bodyguard's gentle but firm intervention added a layer of hilarity to the situation. I get ignored by Megan Thee Stallion, biffed out of the way by a Man Mountain, and then told off by a Malfoy look-alike who doubtless was on his first ever time to an F1 grid, Brundle said. But the mix-ups don't end there. Imagine mistaking an NBA star for an NFL quarterback. That's exactly what happened when Brundle confused Paolo Banchero for Patrick Mahomes during a gridwalk. The ensuing conversation was hilariously awkward, highlighting Brundle's occasional celebrity mix-ups. "Hey, Patrick?" "Wait, that's not Patrick." The look of confusion on Banchero's face was priceless. Now let's swing to a smashing incident. Lance Stroll earned the nickname Wrecking Ball after a clumsy crash with Daniel Ricciardo during a race restart. Fans and pundits couldn't help but laugh, even as Stroll faced a 10-second penalty. Talk about a smash hit, literally. Miley Cyrus would be proud. The crash was dramatic, but the nickname and fan reactions made it all the more entertaining. And speaking of bizarre moments, the Monaco Grand Prix always delivers drama, and 2024 was no exception. The start was pure chaos. Carlos Sainz, driving for Ferrari, collided with Oscar Piastri at the very first corner, causing a front left puncture for Sainz. His car came to a halt, adding to the drama. But the real spectacle was yet to come. Kevin Magnussen's Haas hit the back of Sergio Perez's Red Bull, sending both cars crashing into the wall at high speed. To make things even more chaotic, Nico Hülkenberg's Haas got caught up in the mess, turning the track into a scene of total mayhem. With debris all over the place and barriers needing repair, race control had no choice but to wave the red flag. The Ferrari team looked bewildered, adding a touch of humor to the confusion. And now, from clowns to legends. During another gridwalk, Sir Jackie Stewart tried to help Martin Brundle access a restricted area. Despite their efforts, they were politely turned away. The playful banter between the two legends was pure gold. "Excuse me, sir, you can't park your charisma here." Stewart's persistence and Brundle's reactions made this a memorable moment. Speaking of legendary exchanges, in 2021, Red Bull's Christian Horner jokingly told Martin Brundle he was too old to test the circuit. Brundle's quick-witted response, "Shame you weren't fast enough to get into F1. Their back and forth was sharp and hilarious. It's like a roast battle on wheels. The witty exchange highlighted their playful rivalry. Now let's move on to a classic, awkward stare. Actor Owen Wilson created one of the weirdest moments when he stared straight ahead during a gridwalk, ignoring Brundle's microphone right in front of his face. It was awkward, it was funny, and it was totally Owen Wilson. Wow, in true Wilson fashion. The silent stare-off left everyone chuckling. And speaking of unexpected incidents, the inaugural Las Vegas Grand Prix had a chaotic start thanks to a loose drain cover. The disruption was a mix of frustration and amusement, proving that even the glitz of Vegas can't avoid F1 mishaps. The scramble to fix the issue was both frantic and funny. But let's not forget the fan moments. At the 2023 British Grand Prix, singer Sam Ryder couldn't contain his excitement meeting Martin Brundle. Ryder's fangirling moment was endearing and showed us what celebrity enthusiasm should look like. "It's Martin Brundle. This is awesome." His genuine excitement made for a heartwarming and hilarious interaction. And now, on to pit lane confusion. George Russell mistakenly drove into the wrong team's pit box during a race. The confusion and quick realization made for a hilarious pit stop blunder that fans still talk about. Pit stop fail. Russell's got a new team, or so it seems. His quick recovery added to the humor. But sometimes it's all about the unexpected serenade. Max Verstappen treated us to an impromptu karaoke session over the team radio during the Brazilian Grand Prix. His playful singing added a fun twist to the race and showed us a different side of the champion. And now, the singing sensation of F1. Verstappen's lightheartedness was a hit with fans. But when it comes to wrong turns, during the Hungarian Grand Prix, Fernando Alonso's team mistakenly guided him to the wrong garage. The mix-up led to a funny and confusing situation, showing that even the best drivers can face directional dilemmas. GPS recalculating, wrong turn, Alonso. The driver's confusion was clear. And finally, a podium mix-up to remember. After a race, Carlos Sainz mistakenly celebrated on the wrong step of the podium. This mix-up created a funny photo opportunity and a lighthearted moment of embarrassment for Sainz, showing the human side of F1 drivers. Oops, wrong step, but still a winner. The moment was captured in memorable photos. But who can forget Sebastian Vettel's wrong pit stop in 2019? In the middle of the rain, Sebastian Vettel makes a crucial error. He drives into the McLaren pit box instead of his own. The McLaren crew's bewildered faces and Vettel's sudden realization is hilarious. There's also the time Lando Norris broke Verstappen's trophy. At the Hungarian Grand Prix podium, champagne was flying, and Lando Norris was in high spirits. But as he enthusiastically bangs his champagne bottle on the podium floor, disaster strikes. Max Verstappen's first place trophy topples over and shatters into pieces. Lando's face says it all. Pure shock and immediate apology. Still, no one saw it coming when this driver asked his team for something really unexpected. And there you have it, the funniest and most awkward moments in F1. If you enjoyed these, don't forget to click on the next video for more hilarious F1 content.